guise of wife material, I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you. But in this case, this is what we're dealing with right now.
Okay.
As a man, would you continue in that marriage when you come out of your cell?
Come on now.
Would you continue in that marriage?
Okay.
Now, as a woman,
Would you?
that is your brother who was just arrested by a woman. You know, his wife, not just
your
any woman.
sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law. Do you think you'd advise your brother to go back into that marriage? What would you do in such a situation? It's not the girlfriend show if you don't get to rack your brains. So
you
yes,
just have
welcome to the girlfriend show.
To the
Now
table.
let's start with
No, don't start with me.
Like
I'm still
Mommy
talking.
Gio. I'm trying to process. Okay, let her. She's in the secret place. Let's go to Olubus.
Okay, so we should
Once
wait
she's
for
out,
Mommy
once she's out of the secret
Okay,
place,
true,
we'll
please.
keep up. Let's hear you. This one like fights.
I need to like clear
As
my
a
throat.
mother-in-law.
Your son. So what would you do?
Am I speaking as a mother-in-law or as a husband or
You
as
can
a
attack it
sister?
from any angle
Speak
at
as a
this point.
mother-in-law. Let me hear you.
Okay, so
And you're the one that built him, your son.
okay, so I need to go back to the basics, right?
Okay.
In the beginning, when he brings this woman
Yes.
to me
Yes.
and tells me that, Mom, I would like to marry this lady, but she is in the force. I'll first of all call him to the inner room. Like, hey, son,
Are you sure?
are you sure?
Yeah.
You are a civilian. Do you know what you're doing? Because it is not easy marrying somebody from the force, because the way they are trained.
Yeah.
Is totally different from us. And I will tell him various instances that can happen. But me as a mother, when you get married, my hands are not there. Oh.
Yeah.
It's true, my hands are tied. So now, if this happens, I would pet him. I will pet him, right? But I won't advise him to leave the marriage, because I don't want my son's marriage to be broken. What I would do is just to find how both of them can be cancelled.
Yeah.
Because I don't want, for me, I don't like telling people to like dissolve their marriage. It's
Yeah.
something that's easy for me to do.
Yeah.
So we just have to find a way.
A solution.
So
to it.
after you bail him.
Exactly. It's true. Although as a mother, I'll feel
I'm imagining
I
that
would
ride.
feel
I'm imagining
so-
the ride from the
From the police
station.
station
to the
home.
I'll feel so like embittered. But I will tell this is what I was telling you. I was telling you before I got married.
But that's
you know?
if you told him.
Yeah.
I will
before-
tell if I will.
Yes.
I will. I will tell him that this is what you are going to face, because even right when I was dating, I don't like anything uniform. Anything uniform counts me out. Because the way they are trained is different from us.
Yeah.
The way they think
The way they think.
is different. So except I believe that two forced people should get married.
Funny enough, that won't work.
I
They
feel
have
like
some of the
Civilians
sweetest.
should not
I feel like
They
there's
have some of the
strong
sweetest. No, they have some of the sweetest people there too.
Well,
Well,
yes.
depending on who you got married to,
Exactly.
all of them cannot be the
Exactly.
same.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if you're
exactly.
fortunate enough to get married to somebody who really understands
Yeah.
what it is to get married to a civilian, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if you're not, that's your cup of tea.
You know, I feel like
Wow.
for a woman, right?
Yeah.
Women that are in the force, you have to be really strong-willed. You have to be a tough at heart person
At that
as a
point,
woman
yeah.
to be in the force
In the
And
All the-
excel there.
and excel there. The processes are not for the weak.
Why not?
And so when you find a woman like that, I feel like even the men, you should know the consequences
Getting married.
of marrying a
In
woman
force.
in the force,
In the
because
force.
for her to survive being there for all these
Then
got
years
submit
be
to
tough.
you.
and submit. So I don't know what it feels like for women in uniform to be submissive. Maybe they would tell us. But I feel like it is tough for them because,
Yeah.
especially if they have climbed the
Setting
the
ladder.
yes, the ladder of success. I feel like it is a place of, so if she is not able to differentiate between my home and my office,
That's where the problem is at.
yes, because if you want to carry your rank to your home front, there will definitely be a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be issues.
Yeah.
Truly.
And this is not just about uniform people.
Yeah.
Pastors,
Okay.
imams,
Yeah.
clergymen. You know, once you are on the altar or once you're in the mosque doing what you've got to do,
Okay.
do it there. But the moment you come home,
Yes.
you are now a husband
Exactly.
before a teacher,
That's
a priest, or whatever it is. As you know,
You know, when
to
you hear people say things at home like, do you know who I was and is to come?
yes, did you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? You know, you're reminding when you begin to, and I learned something years back. They said, once a person begins to remind you of who he is, it means they've lost their place.
Yeah.
So any man or woman that is trying to remind, I am an officer, it means you've lost your place as the wife.
That I have to remind
That you have to
to.
remind the world. Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, this is what we're dealing with today. Personally, I don't know what's gonna be for me, but let's open up the phone lines and hear you. 09073530044 or 09087668888. You can leave us a message on WhatsApp letting us know what your thoughts are about this on 09097054450. You're married to a uniform person, a uniform lady, and then you have normal couples fight, and then all of a sudden she sends her boys to come and arrest you as her husband. You're out of that prison. Would you continue in that marriage, even as a wife? Let's not even make it about the
Like
woman
both
alone.
sides, right?
As a wife, my husband, I have like a misunderstanding with my husband at home, and then my husband sends people to arrest me. Hey, that one is even you know, my husband sends people to the script is changed. My husband sends people to arrest me because you know, we had a misunderstanding, and then someone comes on to arrest me because of that. Imagine my husband throwing me in prison because we fought. He did not give me money for soup. It's gonna be a very big I don't know if I don't think I will leave that marriage, but you will leave it for me. Because what?
Have you forgotten he's in the force, baby girl?
You arrested me? You arrest your wife? Come on, let's see who we have here. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Master.
Yeah, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Uche, calling from Akamata.
Uche from Akamata, it's good to have you join us. So talk to us.
Okay. In a situation like that, it has gone beyond family issue because every husband and wife used to have issue. So in a situation where we had misunderstanding and you went ahead to involve the police, which means you're treating me like a total stranger entirely. So if our misunderstanding has gone beyond what we can say to our husband and wife, there is a much better way than inviting the police or any other person to it. But though it's only a woman that can take such steps, I don't think, no matter the level of offense a woman commits, that her husband will now go to the police station and invite the police.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Hey, are you sure?
Well, I'm not too sure, but in such cases, I think it will be easy for a woman because I don't think that a man will be such heartless to do that.
Wait, are you saying that women are heartless?
So many women abuse their wives.
The Tiwa Savage did a song called Men Are Heartless.
Men are heartless, so they say men are crazy.
Men are crazy, sorry. So in that situation, if I find myself out of that place, it should tell me a different thing about you, and my thinking and everything about you will change. So we're no longer going to live as husband and wife, because whatever that will make you to call a police for me and lock me up or whatever, I don't think that marriage will continue.
No second chance?
No second chances.
No second chance? Have you ever thought of what would second chance be like? Because issues will repeat themselves. Misunderstanding will always happen. They are inevitable in marriage. Yeah. So if I succeeded in getting myself out of this, do I know the next step you would take?
Exactly, that's another thing.
So once bitten, shy twice.
That's reasonable enough. Yeah. Thank you so much, Uche from Akamata, for joining us on the show, and thank you for this contribution. He says, who knows what the second chance will be like?
Well, you should have thought about this before getting married to such a person.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Data Toy.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay, so concerning the matter that you are including, To me, if I marry a woman, we have an issue at home. Then the end of the day, you seek the police or you seek boys to come and beat me. I cannot continue in that marriage because, one, if it happens again, if you have opportunity for a poison, you may poison me. Two, instead for me continuing that marriage, I think I will let go. I will let go and let us just everybody to go on their own. So that is my own.
All right. Thank you so much. He says everybody will just go their way. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. How are you?
Fine, BB Blessing. Where have you been?
Where have you been? I supposed to ask you. I think they don't come here. If you don't carry you go daddy or I think like that. I don't know. Where have you been?
I've been around. I've been here. Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
I don't know. If you don't give me my bag of rice, I will disappear. No, I don't disappear. I don't come back. If you come and beg me, I don't come back.
All right. Welcome back, BB Blessing. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I greet our guests. You see this president, it's very cheapening. I think what we know about this matter of husband and wife, or make they can say they are there. If you know what to go, or a pastor, or a police. You know, the police where we get before, no be now. So go and use police to arrest somebody. See, I don't know whether na bad you, but now we dey come and say it's a bad thing. Better police made for settlement. That is why when you see the people they fight, who they supposed to send go now police.
Wait, BB Blessing. So you arrest your husband? Wait.
Would you arrest your husband?
No. I don't say me. I go arrest my husband. If my husband do something, go make me arrest him. Take a let.
Oh, you.
I don't go say I go arrest him.
BB Blessing.
It's not people they let's see. Let's see. This matter is not a matter of joke. What is so good is so good. What is right is right. What is good is good. It's a matter where you go to get police or like now. Or your husband just carry gun come out and they call it just big gun. Say what shoot you. What do you do? Who you want to run to? You run to police. Go and report. See what my husband did to me. You want to kill me. Before he go kill you. And then they now call her. How far? My brother, my sister. See, if your family cannot settle matter for you, the easy way na to run go police, make them save your life. Before they go stop punish the husband, they go tell her sister that give her good advice. It's your wife. Don't treat her in this way. Like you're supposed to be. Police, I know call police is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Unless I will turn them out to bad thing. That is why army want to take over. Yeah, army not supposed to go. They go send our army go. And the army now, you know them. They get hot pepper. But the police, when they send you go, they go cool matter down. Call this one. They go settle matter together. So everybody will now know that okay, this year I do it before, see what you have. You go now adjust yourself. You couldn't woman to now so it is. Police is not a bad thing or no. See, if you not touch it today, you touch it tomorrow. We not pay for that thing.
All right.
We arrest our husband or for that thing. You get a case. If they happen for another place now, what of outside country, they go carry their wife out court, they go judge her. The state go belong to the woman. So nothing no go come and God don't create everything. There must be a police of settlement. So me, our police, they do well. Now we dey pray for them. If they bring matter for you, settle the case well, not for fighting. Not home, no grace. So I see.
All right. Thank you so much, BB Blessing.
BB Blessing.
You know,
thank you.
she has a point there,
And
but
I was like thinking about what she said. So maybe it's like just to clear the air between them, like a simple matter. So maybe it's just for the officers there to bring the two people together, ask them what happened, and try to find a solution.
all right. Let's see what we have here. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Is this Amy? You have gotten his voice too. Oh no. Amy, why did you go like that? But anyways, you guys call us up and let's hear what your thoughts are about this. You know, in a case where the husband wants to brutalize you, he wants to beat you. The husband that is married to a uniform woman that wants to raise his hand and beat her, he knows what he's called. He knows what he has called upon himself because
You know, I was just thinking, if in a normal marital issue, is it the police that is the first place
to go.
You understand? It will definitely not do.
And police shouldn't have entered this matter at all.
If you travel out, you call them. If there's a domestic abuse,
Welcome to Nigeria, darling.
So how do those marriages today last? Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Yes. Is this Amy? Right, Amy, good afternoon. Welcome and thanks for joining us.
For me, I will sue her in court.
Do what?
I will sue her in court.
Court case.
Anna,
what's the offense?
true. For me, not just better I keep her from my house.
Okay, so you said you kick her out of your house?
Yeah, now for me, I'll not.
You not even send, you kick. You are very violent.
You can do that. You cannot do that.
You want to kick her off? You see, it's your time they used to go and beat Amy. You see?
Officer of the law.
What do you say?
And I'll let her parents know what.
She did. Okay, that's reasonable. All right, thank you so much. Amy, you sound pretty far, so it's difficult to really hear what you're saying. But anyways, this is the situation. This is it.
Yeah, I think at this point, the thing is, you can't actually, if she's coming with that kind of, thoughts, you don't go fire for fire in this kind of matter.
Yeah.
Somebody has to calm down. And I think in this situation, the man was the calm one. Since he wasn't the one that took those kind of decisions and went all the way. I think one of the things that she should have considered is you're making your marriage public. It says a lot about your leadership in the office.
Yeah.
So people would respect you because of that uniform. But my darling, there are days that once you're out of uniform, somebody that has heard about it will deliberately want to push you and see the worst in you.
That you can do.
And it gives a bad impression of who you are to the families, both your family and his family. And the thing is, sometimes when people are in power, they forget that they have other parts of their lives to live. You forget that outside of that particular job, you have loved ones. You have people who are supposed to love you for who you are and respect you for who you are, not what you are.
What you are.
So these are some of the things that I feel anger beclouded her, and she didn't put those things into consideration.
The thing is, on the flip side now, if the husband actually did commit a crime, punishable under the law, and you handed him over to, it will be like an honorable thing now. In that case, yes, nobody would say, why did you arrest your husband?
That's right.
People will still talk about that, but I mean, in the eyes of the law, which you are saddled with the responsibility to protect, you did the right thing. So it's an honorable thing you'd be doing at that point. But arresting, I don't know what I think about it, because you don't know the extent to which she was pushed. We were not there.
That's the problem.
So people, and that's why you need to be careful when you're making certain decisions, because people never remember what prompted you to the action. People only see the reaction.
That's right.
Yes,
So there must have been something, because naturally women are built differently.
Yes.
So for a woman to decide to hand her husband over to the police, it obviously means that there's something. This is in no way to justify what she did, because I mean, there are better way to resort to these things. I'd even rather, have we not seen stories where a man beat up his wife and then she went out there, she organized people, they came back and beat him too. It settles it like that. But once you take it to the police, especially because you are a police officer, people now start to see it from a very different perspective.
Right.
But I know for a fact that I don't think there's any man who will take it lightly. I don't think I know a man who will take his wife arresting him lightly. And I don't even know a woman who will take the husband arresting her lightly. Because
sometimes I just wonder, like, how do people get there?
To that point.
Did you fall in love? Did you date? All of these things. What did you notice? Has she ever been angry and then you notice certain things?
And all that. But you see, again, we jump from 0 to 100 real quick. Because I told you that I want to raise children. Do I know the condition that I spoke to you according to the condition of my mind at that time?
I saw a video this morning on TikTok by Benson Ogwe, and he said that he feels that most of the premarital counseling things are not dealing with the main issues that should. That we deal with pregnancy issues instead of us to deal with the premarital sex issues. That what he feels should be focused on before people get married are the people's backgrounds, temperaments,
Yeah.
what kind of person are they, narcissists and all of these things. That we don't look at those things as long as she
We
didn't
just
get
move
pregnant.
straight.
Oh yeah, wear the
That's
white
all.
gown and then all of those things, and then
Exactly.
Oga wear the black suit. That he feels that focus should be given to how did the person grow up, what kind of environment did the
What
person
influences their decisions?
exactly
Do they have somebody that they're accountable to?
accountable
That's
to.
a very big question.
Yes.
Because there's somebody that should be able to call your spouse to order. If that person doesn't have anybody
that they are
What's it?
answerable
A
to.
huge
It's a
problem.
big red flag.
yes, that's a very big red flag. But again, we mistake so many things. We're in a world where we deal with appearances rather than what actually is, and that's why you see a girl go to church, you see a girl go to the church or the mosque fully covered and do
The
all
container more
you
than
know,
the content.
yes, and then you say, oh no, this girl is so covered, she's a
Yes.
responsible Muslim girl, she's a responsible Christian girl,
Yes.
and then she goes into the house and she becomes something
Something else.
entirely different,
Wanted to do something to catch
you know.
Yes.
And this is it, they deceive them because they fall for it the most. They'll
Yes.
say it's wife material.
Yes.
They say it's wife
I met you in
material.
the church.
It's-
I found you in the church.
Yes.
You know,
There's something I want to say. I think for me, it's selfish for you to tell someone to change for you.
I agree.
It's not right. You met her like that.
Yeah.
So if she's not what you want, move on.
Although-
To somebody who wants. See, the thing is, even if you say yes at that time, this is inborn. It's something you want. You get tired.
They
I want
have
to
the-
go
and-
back and do
well,
it.
and that's why I'm talking about. I want to talk about
Same.
compromises because again,
Yeah.
like you were saying over the weekend, I saw a story, true story. The girl never cooked. They will be married for 3 months and they're just divorced now. The girl doesn't like to cook. So when he was dating the girl and the girl never cooked, she was always buying food, stocking up the fridge and everything. There was always food, but she never cooked the food because she didn't like to cook, and the man was okay with it. And then they got married. He now started to have a problem. Like, how can we be in this house for 2 months or 1 whole month, and then we're buying food and everything? Now, when we were having this conversation, some of the ladies there were like, "That's how you met her. That's how it should continue." But me, I know that that's not true.
Yeah.
Then don't build a kitchen. Why do you have a kitchen in your house?
Can I say something?
Ho-
Did she show any intention of even learning, wanting to know
See,
how
that's
to cook?
not the issue.
Because if she doesn't want to,
There are
it's a problem.
compromises that people make
But she
in
doesn't want to do
marriages.
that. So you don't go further.
No.
Did they discuss that part of their
That's
relationship?
that's where the problem is at now.
That is
Would you cook? You're ordering food now. Would you cook?
later?
Because you were with her for
that's
all
what
that
I'm saying, so
period.
it can't be
Sorry,
later.
sorry. Maybe let me just divert. You know,
Yeah.
we're diverting, but the point is this: if I see a man right now and he's doing a particular in quote habit that I know that I can't stand when we get married,
Uh-huh.
Del will ask. Like a typical Del, wake me
Is
up.
this
3
how you
a.m.
are?
Like
Yeah.
uncles,
Okay.
uncles. Like, is this how you are going to be? Let me know what I'm dealing with, you know, and all of that.
Yeah.
In the kitchen issue, he didn't see it as anything. Maybe love was shaky in that
Yeah.
time.
He felt
But he
would
thought that
change.
it's a natural thing. Every woman knows that when she gets married, she'll
Yeah.
cook. That's why assumptions are dangerous.
Assumptions are dangerous. Exactly.
You know, but again, my angle from that conversation was there are compromises that you will make,
Exactly.
whether
if you
you
want
like
to
it,
make them.
not if you want to make them.
No.
No,
The
see,
thing is, at the end, it has to do with your decision.
your decision.
Yeah.
See, there are compromises that you ought to make in a marriage. Now, let's say a typical girl will sleep at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
You know, once it exceeds 8 p.m., Dell is no longer going to be awake. But now Adele is married and then Dell has children who would not go to bed at 8 o'clock, even though Dell's time to sleep is 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to tell Dell that she cannot go to bed before these kids go to bed. That's a natural compromise that
Yeah.
you should make.
I know.
It's the same thing as a man getting married and saying that I don't like to provide. When I was single, I don't provide for anybody,
Yeah.
which is the truth.
Yeah.
I pay the bills for myself. I do my stuff for myself.
But now
so
it's a have to issue.
now I am married.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
understand that the compromise here is that what I earn no longer belongs to me alone. What the house rent now, me alone. I have to shop now. I cannot shop for myself alone because I have to now. I have to now.
Yeah.
It's the same responsibility of a woman. Their gender role, and one of the major roles of a woman is that she looks out for the home front. She looks after the home front. So now the thing is, I don't like to cook, but now I have to.
You know, we're in a society now.
I have to.
We're in a society of we have the supposed to and what people do.
Exactly.
See, before you continue now,
Everybody has that.
before you continue
Everybody
now,
has-
right?
Yes,
Everybody thinks
I'm not
like
saying
that.
that you are in the kitchen 2/7.
I understand.
Do you
I
get?
don't even like going to the
You're not
kitchen
even
Yes.
at all. As a woman, some ladies don't like going to the kitchen.
You know.
At all.
I know that you don't like to go to the market.
The market, right?
That's
I
the truth.
go.
She doesn't like to go to the
because
market.
it's a have to for her.
It's a have to
Yes.
for her now.
Yeah.
Her husband goes for her, as you see her now.
Drag me.
He will still go. Her husband will go to the market for her because she doesn't like to go to the market.
Yes.
Okay.
But she knows that
She's
in an
supposed
event where he can't go, she has to.
Yes.
Because now it is her responsibility.
Yes.
So this is the point I want a lot of people to understand.
Yeah.
There are halves to. How do you call it?
Have
yeah,
tos,
there
yeah.
are have tos.
Yes.
Because now
Yeah.
I don't like cooking. That's the truth. But so now children comes into the equation. You still don't like cooking. Then you buy everything the kids eat.
See, I understand what you're saying, totally. But what I'm saying is not everybody can think like that. We still have some people who their reasoning, you'll be wondering,
Their reasoning.
must you be told? We have people
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
We have
the
that
point. So
too.
that's why
So annoying.
Yeah.
Why?
That's why assumptions again. I go back to assumptions again. Like Dale said, we're in a generation where now people have
I'm telling you.
misplaced a lot of
You know,
things.
so when you are saying it's like somebody you're driving and you know that the person is supposed to in quotes supposed
Exactly.
to use their
Supposed to.
trafficator.
Yes.
But
People
they
don't
don't.
use it. So that's how people enter relationships.
So we just do what we want, not what we ought
my
to.
dear, yeah, just tell yourself you just know yourself. You don't know the other person.
That's it.
That's the safe place
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah. So that's it. If you again, let's go back to the conversation
Yes.
we're having.
Yes.
If you marry a uniform person, because I would not say you should walk out of the marriage immediately, and that's because you know who you got married to.
Yeah.
Before you got married to the woman, you know that you'll be dealing with things like temperament.
Yes.
Not all police officers, not all uniform men and women are like that. But for somebody who has it somewhere hidden there,
Yeah.
the training amplifies it.
It does.
That's the training amplifies it. Because now, rather than my emotions, I have to think with my head. I have to be logical in my thinking.
Yeah.
So if you're not able to control that logic, then know that you are at home. Now at home, I'm not always going to be logical. Sometimes I have to be emotional. I have to just do things based on emotions
Yeah.
here. But there, I have to do things based on logic, because if I do things emotionally, I might get into problem. So we don't psychologically understand the people we are getting into a union with. We expect that they know what they ought to do. Now, you will be surprised that the woman is sitting at one corner and doesn't think anything is wrong with this.
Exactly.
Entire
That's
thing.
where the problem is.
Yes.
That should be wondering
Because to
why.
her it is normal.
It is normal.
And if somebody asks her, she will tell, don't worry, I'm trying to teach him a lesson. And to her, the marriage should go back to normal. Like nothing happened.
Yeah. So then, you see, it's a big problem. But I feel like we're having the conversation, the most part of the conversation on our own. So it's still open. The phone lines are still open. You guys can still check in and let us know what your thoughts are on 09073 530044 or 09087 668888. Let's see. Oh, you had something to say and we were busy talking. Sorry, my love. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome and thanks for joining us. Let's hear you. What are your thoughts on this?
My name is Abubakar, calling from Silesia.
All right, Abubakar, good to have you join us. Let's hear you.
Okay? Anybody that arrests you because of anything, you need to run away from that kind of person. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Because even if I have issue with you now and you bring police to come and arrest me, even if I'm still dealing with you, because I know I will not deal with you again, but even if I'm still dealing with you, I will be very, very extra careful.
Careful.
Yeah.
But as for married people, me, I'll just divorce because I don't want any problem. Because you don't know her next move and you don't know her next step. Now she bring police, but you don't know her next move.
Soldier.
What if at the process you struggle with the police and maybe one of them injure you or something happen at the process?
Okay.
That means if you are there, it's one. So you just have to cut off everything and leave her, let her take police office, and you look for somebody else. That is all.
Okay.
All right, thank you, thank you so much for that
Thank you.
contribution. I really don't know what to make of it right now, but I mean, people are scared.
You know,
Yeah.
love. Madam B will explain better as a married person.
Yeah.
When a woman tells a man she loves him, it's the respect that actually defines love to
Yeah.
a man.
Yes,
So
yes.
I feel the men are coming from the angle of there's no respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
You're
not,
totally
she
right.
would not
Never
do
have
that
done
that.
to
Yes,
them.
yeah.
That is why you would hear maybe the woman will say, I can stay, but hear all the men. How many men have said that they will stay?
They would stay.
Because for a man, respect is everything.
There's no man who doesn't love respect.
That's right.
Even if they don't say it,
Yes.
but they want it.
Yeah.
They translate respect as love.
Exactly.
And they will love you to and back.
So that is your style, Abi.
That's the strategy.
That's your style, Abi.
That's the strategy.